Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and to another video where today I'm here in Droylsden outside the Butcher's Arms ground, the home of Droylsden Football Club, who at this moment in time are without a team and a league to play in after they ceased all operations at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. But the reason why I'm here today is because they could be on their way back. So let's have a look around the ground and find out a bit more. Here we are, look, it says welcome to Droylsden, Northern Premier League, member of the Northern Premier League, and that was the last league that Droylsden played in. It was a Northern Premier League West Division, which they withdrew from on the 6th of August 2020 during the 2019-20 season, which, as I said before, was at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. So you've got the main stand here, which, if I remember correctly, is called the William Pace stand. But we'll take a walk up here, have a look at the stand. So if we come up here to sort of the director's seating or press box area, you can see it's a bit ramshackled here. Look, all these seats are broken. This bit's sort of been pretty much destroyed here, and yeah, it's just really sad to see. I think they've had problems with people breaking in the past. I've got permission to be here from the club, but yeah, horrible to see that it's in this state, despite only hosting football just a couple of years ago. So, truth be told, I've been looking to make this video for a while, but was just waiting for clearance from the club to do so. But I guess now is the perfect time, really, with the club looking to make a comeback. But the reason I've been wanting to make this video is, and some of you who've been subscribed to the channel since I started it really will remember that I was here for Droylsden's last ever game, which was on the 14th of March 2020 when they played Clitheroe, obviously here at the Butcher's Arms ground, and Clitheroe won that game 4-0. I believe the goal scorers were Terry Cummings, Danny Wilkins, Craig Carney and Tyrese Dolan as well, who played for Clitheroe on a youth loan from Preston North End before he was then released and picked up by Blackburn Rovers, and he is actually now an integral part of their first team. So yeah, fun fact for you guys. Bet you didn't know Tyrese Dolan played for Clitheroe. But yeah, that was the last ever game that Droylsden played in the league before they withdrew from the league due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And yeah, I guess this is a perfect time to come back, like I said, and have a look around the ground. It's kind of special for me to be back here and see it again after being here for the last game. And yeah, with the club making a comeback, I thought, you know, why not tell the story of Droylsden Football Club. But yeah, we're going to be speaking to the chairman of the club in a bit, who can hopefully tell us a bit more about the period between the club withdrawing from the league and where they're looking to go, and this comeback that they're looking to hopefully make. But yeah, let's have a little bit of a look more around the ground, and then we're going to be chatting to the chairman of Droylsden Football Club. So while we're walking around the ground here, might as well tell you a little bit about the club and the history. So the club was founded in 1892, and they played obviously here at the Butchers Arms ground, which had a capacity of 3,000, and their highest attendance, would you believe it, was 15,000 when they played Hyde in 1921, and in 1937 they became a feeder club to Manchester City. There used to actually be two teams in Droylsden as well, Droylsden F.C. obviously here, and Droylsden United. And when the Butchers Arms ground lease was sold to Bellevue FC I think it was Bellevue FC anyway, in the 1949-1950 season, who then became Droylsden United, this meant that Droylsden FC had to move to the nearby Moorside Trotting Stadium, otherwise known as Pork Park. The town wasn't actually big enough for two teams, there wasn't really the appetite for it, and they later merged, moving back to the then renovated Butchers Arms ground in 1952, where FC have remained ever since. Look, it's all getting a bit overgrown here, but once we get past this, hopefully without tripping over, a little bit more information to tell you that Droylsden FC were actually founding members of the Conference North in 2004, and in the 2006-07 season they were promoted as champions to the Conference Premier. So this ground here, which currently lies dormant, the Butchers Arms ground, actually once hosted top level non-league football. Obviously it's now known as the National League, and as I said, it's a top tier of non-league football. However, their stay in the division was pretty short-lived, as they were relegated back down to the Conference North in the 2006-07 season. So after a slow descent back down the leagues over the next 12 years, as I said before, on the 6th of August 2020, the club withdrew from the Northern Premier League, citing the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on their finances as the reason. And on the 26th of May 2021, Droylsden announced that they would not be fielding a team in any competition for the 2021-22 season, further due to the financial impact of the pandemic. But it looks like, with the statements that have been going out on Twitter from the club recently, that they're going to be making a comeback. So let's finish having a look around the ground and find out a bit more about that when we speak to the chairman. Look here, got to be very careful because it is very slippy with the snow and everything, but have a look here. Yeah, it's just all completely run down at the back of this stand here, but it is crazy that this stadium has gone from hosting top flight non-league football to now, look at it, it's well, dilapidated is a word I'd use, but that could be being kind. It needs a bit of TLC, it's fair to say. But yeah, look, such a sad state that Droylsden FC, such a proud, historic club in non-league, is now lying dormant in this way. So So look, we're actually on the pitch now here at Droylsden Football Club, and to be fair, other than the few patches of snow which has been falling relentlessly in the, well, across the north I think, and pretty much everywhere in the UK over the last few days, the pitch looks in pretty good condition. I don't know if the groundspeople have been tending to it while the club's sort of been on this hiatus, but I don't think it'd take too much for it to actually be back in use. I know I said I was going to chat to the chairman, but I don't think he's here just yet, so we're going to have a look and see if we can get inside and have a look sort of inside the ground at the changing rooms and stuff like that. So here we are inside the Butcher's Arms ground, the home of Droylsden Football Club. So look, it says changing rooms that way, so let's go and have a look a bit more inside. Old tactics board there, sort of physio bit here, and the showers as well, but yeah, let's have a little bit more of a look around. We just go through here, got the boardroom. Look at this, wow, old picture of the ground there, some old photos, trophies up there as well, I think a couple from the FA Cup, Evo Stick Club of the Month. Have a look around here, some more old photographs of when they've won things over the years. Look at this, absolutely fascinating to see all this. It's like going back in time. There you go, and this as well. I don't know if you can see, but it says Unibond First Division winners 1998 to 1999 Droylsden FC. So I think I've showed you pretty much everything there is to show you around the ground. I hope you've enjoyed this section of the video, the sort of abandoned urban exploration part, if you will. But the next time you'll see me, well, I'm going to do a few aerial shots with my drone of the ground. Hope you enjoy that, and then we're going to be speaking to the chairman, David Pace, to learn a little bit more about, as I said before, the club's revival. Okay, so I'm here with Droylsden FC chairman and manager David Pace. Would you just take me back to the time, I believe it was March 2020, when the club withdrew from the league, and just sort of tell me about how difficult that time period was for everyone involved at the club?
Well, it was an absolute major decision to make, with no revenue coming in from anywhere. My own personal firm took a massive blow, no revenue coming in, and obviously at the club, no revenue coming in, obviously players to pay, but listen, we might have been the only club that we drew. Different clubs have got different circumstances regarding money situation. They get the money in different ways. We sort of got our money from functions, and the functions ceased completely, and I always propped the club up myself personally, and there was no revenue coming in from my firm. It was an absolute horrible decision to make, but one, it was either take the decision to go into administration and come out the other end, probably starting another club, FC Droylsden, or withdraw from the league, try and come back at some point and carry the club's history on. And it was a lose-lose situation, whichever decision I made, but that was the decision I made rather than going to administration.
And for a club that has played at the top level of non-league football, and to lose such a club that has been so important in non-league, how did that impact the surrounding community who'd essentially lost their football club for 2 years now?
Well, it just showed on the meeting on Sunday, because we showed, as I said before, I didn't want to speak to the press. I didn't want to speak to just announce something in the on the club website what was happening. We just held a meeting last Sunday, and the fans were fantastic, to be honest, considering the drama you've had from being in the Premier, playing Oxford United live on telly in the league, not the FA Cup, in the league, and beating them 3-1 from there, and then we've ended up sort of withdrawing from the league. Absolute roller coaster for the fans, and and every right to be a little bit disgruntled, if not a lot disgruntled, but they were absolutely fantastic, to be honest. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
And you alluded to it then, a post went out, or a few posts have gone out on the club's social media platforms recently, alluding to this sort of revival of Droylsden FC. I know it's early days at the moment, and you said the fans have been really supportive, but what do you think that's going to look like when it eventually materialises, and where will the club be in terms of sort of league status? Will they have to start from the bottom, or will they be put back into the Northern Premier League where they were? What's that going to look like?
Well, regarding the league, I'm in discussions with a number of people at the moment, so I can't really disclose where we're going to end up. But I've got meetings over the next fortnight with different people. Regarding the club itself, obviously, things have started to pick up slightly, and so you can see when I took this club over. Funny enough, it's more or less 20 years since we was in the North West Counties, second division. And then 20 years later we ended up in the National Prem. You can see from the ground, I built this stand myself, I built my dad's stand over there myself, and I built the clubhouse myself from basically being a field. So if we can do that, I'm sure we can turn around what we've got already and turn it back into a successful club with the help of the fans.
So guys, there you have it. A really fascinating video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed making it, but really interesting to have a look round the Butcher's Arms ground after it's laid dormant for over 2 years now. It's been ages since I've been here to watch a game, and I sincerely hope I'm back here soon to watch Droylsden Football Club play a competitive match in whatever league they end up. But yeah, really interesting as well to talk to David Pace. Thank you so much to him for his time, chairman and manager of Droylsden Football Club, telling us a bit about sort of initially how the club withdrew from the league due to the financial difficulties around COVID and everything, but also a bit of an optimistic look to the future as how they're sort of trying to make a comeback. And yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm going to be looking out for them, and hopefully, like I said, be back here soon to watch a game. But yeah, guys, if you have enjoyed the video, please do not forget to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you never miss an upload. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I will see you in the next one.